Hi Kawan, welcome to EDCReady. Today I want to talk about something that's kind of been on my mind lately. It has to do with these four guys right here. This is pretty much my entire watch collection with the exception of my digital fitness watch, which I don't actually wear that as a watch, I wear it as like a device. But anyway, so this watch right here, I just bought this watch and bought this guy used from a Pro Nave and more. You can check him out from YouTube. Should be a description down below to his YouTube channel. And this guy is my first ever automatic watch. It is a 4R36 movements, a 4R36 movement, which means it has a day and date, it hacks, and then it also hand winds. Now, this is completely new to me because this is my first ever automatic watch. Previously in my life, I have this is Quartz, and this is Quartz. You can say that this is very much a fashion watch. This is a watch my dad gave me, high sentimental value. This is a watch I got in place of a payment for an MC gig that I did that they couldn't pay me, so I got this watch. Another relatively inexpensive Quartz watch. So you can say like this is my first like real brand watch. It's also my first Seiko. It's also my first automatic watch. And before I got my first automatic watch, I always wondered why would people go for an automatic watch, because Quartz has many advantages. First of all, Quartz are really accurate. You can get maybe 10 seconds off or less per month, whereas this guy, there are times that we can be 10 seconds off per day. Quartz is also less sensitive to magnetism. This guy, if it gets magnetized, as in like if it hits a magnet, it's gonna screw up with the gears. It has a longer power reserve in Quartz. Each battery lasts 3 or 4 years. This guy has been going for about 5, yeah, 2021 will be the 5th year this guy is going without a battery change. Whilst this guy will die if I just leave it for more than 42 hours on the shelf. So because of that, I never understood the functionality of going over mechanical over Quartz until, well, I got this guy and I started wearing it. And now I can finally pretty much understand why people like mechanical watches. And I've come up with 3 reasons why people prefer mechanical watches. Now, the first of this reason is this has to do with how seriously people take mechanical watches. When I say people, I mean the manufacturers or the designers. For some reason, in the watch world, 99% of the watch world that takes watches seriously go for manufacture or create mechanical watches. And when they take it seriously, a few things happen. Number one, the materials are better. Okay, you don't have this kind of plasticky material. Okay, you have a lot better loom. The loom on this guy is extremely strong. I don't know if I can show you guys right there. It is very strong. Can definitely last all night. The loom on this guy lasts for about a few seconds. This guy has no loom. This guy also has no loom. Also, the finishing on the case tends to be a lot better. You have some nice polished edges here. You have some nice brush edges up here. The case material is better. This is stainless steel, whereas this is kind of like a plastic material. This is more of a fashion watch, so it has a completely different purpose to this guy. This is actually made of wood. Okay, I don't know what this guy is made out of, although this does have a dome crystal, which is very nice. The crystal tends to be a little bit better. This is hard lex. I don't know what this one is. It should be mineral as well. This is mineral as well. This is also mineral. You also tend to get, well, in most cases you tend to get nicer bracelet. This is an exception. This is just a regular run-of-the-mill bracelet. But that's the first reason. People tend to make mechanical watches more seriously. Now, you do have high-end quartz. You have your Citizen. I know Casio does a few. But I know Omega has a few lines in quartz as well, which they do quite well. But generally, 99%, especially on the budget end, being it Seiko or whatever, they tend to take mechanical watches more seriously. And reason number 2 is that there's more variety of mechanical watches through the price ranges. Now, I just want to put it out there that quartz watches do make up a majority of the watches made around the world. Okay, but more than 99% of those watches will be things like fashion watches, will be things like Dora the Explorer or Mickey Mouse watches, will be things like I know, all your Avengers and Ant-Man watches out there. They tend to be more of not throwaway. They tend to be more cheaply made. You do have quartz watches of a higher quality. You have a few Citizens, you have some Casios, you have Omegas. You do tend to have just 1 or 2 lines in these major brands that focus on quartz watches. Citizen, actually, I would consider Citizen like the king of quartz. They're really the ones that are trying to push quartz to the next level. You can see that in Casio as well. But at the end of the day, you don't have a lot of variety throughout the price range. You have a lot of quartz variety in the low range, and then you have very few in the mid range, and then you have maybe even fewer on the middle to high end range. So you can just have a little bit more fun. Not only is the finishing going to be better in mechanical watches, but you're also going to have more fun in that search for a good watch, which for a collector, that's something that kind of triggers you, not triggers you, that is something that kind of excites you. That search for the best EDC item, whether it is a knife, whether it is a pair of earphones, headsets, cars, whatever. Now, the third and final reason, to my estimation, is this thing right here. Let me just open it up. I don't know if you guys can see that. See that? That little balance spring going on back and forth? That is akin to a heartbeat of a watch. Now, this is something I did not understand until I had an automatic watch, because I didn't understand what it meant to have a soul. When people say mechanical watches have a soul, I didn't understand what that meant. I felt like it's just another tool that you have on your wrist to tell time. But that little spinny gear there, is like a little heartbeat. Okay, it's going loop doop, loop doop, loop doop, and you kind of take care of this watch like it's alive. You wake up in the morning, if you haven't worn it very much the previous day, you wake up and then you wind it up. That is akin to feeding the watch, and then you make sure that you wear it, and then you make sure that it's with you the whole day, because that is how you feed the watch, by rotating this little rotator in the middle there. It is actually a lot like having a pet, a very low maintenance pet. The only thing you need to do for this pet is make sure it is with you, and make sure that it's kept moving, and make sure that you feed it either through your own movement or through winding it up. So, in conclusion, it has a soul. It's not just a soul, it's a soul that you take care of, and that creates attachment, that creates bonding between you and the watch. Okay guys, that is it. 3 reasons makers tend to take manufacturing of mechanical watches more seriously, because of all the materials that they use and finishing that they apply. There's more variety in different price ranges, and last but not least, it has a soul. It is like having a pet that you take care of. Okay guys, do comment down below if you have a mechanical watch, and why do you prefer it over quartz. I personally still am looking for a really good diver quartz watch, because I don't wear divers that often, and when I do, I don't want to have to reset it every time. I really don't see myself as the person that has more than one mechanical watch, because it's kind of like having 2 kids, right? And I only have one, and 2 would be difficult, even more difficult as it is. Okay, thanks guys, and stay ready.